So have a look at the standing from the back street. Sorry, standing from the close down, looking at the initial back street and the variations. The thing I like about this is that at no stage should I open my legs until I'm ready to. So the drill is kind of pretty easy as far as the first part goes. I just grab everyone to her back. Other side of full guard. Her job is really easy, don't open your legs. So I get my controls. I've got two ways of doing this. I'm either onto her chest or my hands come under the armpits. This is stopping me from being able to grab my legs as I come up, but I compromise my structure a little bit because I'm back forward. Or we're here. So what I'm going to do is I put a little bit of pressure onto my hands. I step one, I step two. What my partner's job is she's going to try and keep her legs closed, the guard closed the whole time. I sit back down, from here, 1, 2. So it's just kind of like this little drill that I'm getting used to, coming up inside the close guard. Do it 4 or 5 times with your feet and then stop over. Okay, 1, 2, 3. The work for the person that's on their back, what their job is to do. So start off with once again is inside the full guard, get my grips. Okay, so step up, 1, 2. So what my partner's going to do is really important that before she undoes her legs, she gets the ankle control. Because if she undoes her legs without the ankle control, I've got to step backwards and step up. So while she's got a full guard, she's got to grab the hands around the back side of my ankle. And the lower to the ground, better. Number 2, is squeeze your knees together and drop them down. Don't drop your legs down. What you're doing is getting your frame in here. So this means that it's very hard for me to get the controls and grab the key. The second piece is we're going to slowly keep our knees squeezed together. We're not doing anything with our hands, we're just cupping. We're going to slowly lift our knees to the ceiling. What you find is we're both going to kind of fall to one side. We're just going to stop here. But the person that's on top, your drop, mirror image, want to get on forward. Why? Because if she falls this way, we're talking about standing, she can start to heel hook and things like that, and the chance of breathing is quite high. So if we're purple belts and above, we're looking for the breathing and things, this is an opportunity to get there. It's not very good because you don't have leg control, but what it means is I get to knee squeeze you as well, so we both end up in the middle. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's even. So you're much better off from here is once I stand up in full guard, she gets leg control from here. Squeeze the knee, both lift the ceiling, I'm close, we're both put off here in the gym. So my hands down, her hands down to the side. We're just going to stop here, nice and easy, push our partner back down, get to our guard again, come up, 1, 2, ankles, knees, hip, 4, push, get up, same drill again. We're going to do this 3 times each. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Keep the full guard, right? So stand up. So what I'm saying is, you might grab my grip up high, so he can actually start to move his legs. Yeah, you know what I mean? So what I'm trying to get his ankles. So anytime that he moves his leg backwards, it's easier. So I don't want that, I want that. The second part that I'm seeing, we're not doing my feet, yeah. So what happens is whole base is compromised. So I'm trying to bring my feet slightly over my head, so he'll follow. This makes it easier, so as he goes to repost or I can now squeeze and lift. This makes it easier for me to start to take to the top position and look for my armbar as well. So the micros that we're doing in here, as Chris stands beside my guard, it's ankles on the heels. And I try and just put the pressure outwards, not pulling it in. That makes that his feet trap. I close, you understand what's happening? Right, and I want this position, I'll explain why. Second, on my knee squeeze, as he readjusts his balance, when I think, here image. Because I've put him forward, we really have a post on me now, so this is my ability. Now, baseball slide, turn and start to hit my armbar. So the add-on is that we're going low, as we drop air, we're kicking our feet overhead to make them counterbalance. That'll make it easy as they go to really jump to get the sleep, or they'll hold my hip to make it easy to get the armbar once they have sweat. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Really hard to replicate it. push this in my full guard. I'm going on, so this is quite hard to do. So I full guard, stand up and stuff. I go, okay. So here, once again, I try to drop some on the tackles. I drop and I kick them in. So what happens is, I'm going to hold his arm from here. Or I'm going to get the post up. One is I pull my strength and I'm rolling. So it's quite good. I mentioned that he has reinforced the top of the cut post up. I've got to keep my legs tight and I'm kind of rolling. So this has really good designs, right? So if I go close guard, armbar, and he cuts the back of my head and starts to stack me up, I'm like that. So what I do is I cut the leg and I spin underneath my partner. So it's really hard for him to get the armbar because I'm constantly changing his base. So if you have a look at that again, so it's inside my full guard, I hit the armbar. So I'm kind of like wicked, I go close guard, here holds my head, and he's stacking me up. I can't go that way, why? Because yeah, so I'm up here, and all I do is I take him over the top. So I'm working the same kind of system of the sweepers, because what happened, and the reason why I hit it, and the reason why I didn't hit it, was how my opponent grabbed me. So inside the full guard, inside the practice, that's pull up. So he stands up inside, cankle, drop it down, kick, and what I do is he'll cut my head. But, so here, so I'm like wicked, so I go here, and I spin. So that gives me the option for the armbar, or I put it forward, and this gives me the option to start to sweep to come to the top here as well. So it's more about the pendulum underneath it. So if you guys want to show the person that's getting swept, cut the back of the head, the person will, as soon as you can get an armbar, or as soon as you get the spin through. Like I said, it took me a while to work out the mechanics of why I'd get it and why I wouldn't get it, but the armbar on this is super tight. If I said to guys, the way it is, I'm going to make him post to one hand, and that's the side I'm taking him over. So if Chris hits the armbar on me, so he's got the armbar, whacks it up, form shanker, form armbar, and take him up. So right now, we're trying to do this technique. But if you move your head that way, you can't take it anymore because your head's in the way. So you're always trying to take your head towards where my hand is pointing. Does that make sense? My hand's pointing this way, you're spinning. Now, instead of trying to kick, because if you try to kick me away, I've got a post system. So what you do is you bring your knees to your chest and lift my leg. And again. So we're trying to follow. So armbar, up the nose, up it, leg comes out. So you're trying to bring your head so that way. So even if I'm close, you bring your knees to your chest and all my weight's where? On top. Lift the leg up, guess what? Now, I hold the leg still. Cup across your body, lean back. So my escape is half gone because I can't re-roll anymore. I can't do the smooth escape, it's nice and tight. And all you do is take your head towards my knee. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Legs from here, drop it down. But what happens is he manages to kick his foot forwards, over, and then back steps from here. So I've kind of lost control. The armbar's not really good anymore. So what I'm going to do from here is this: I'm going to swing. I'm going to do an armbar the wrong way. Right. So I'm going to swing. We did the armbar the wrong way. So I normally hit the armbar this side. What I'm doing is I'm here, so I've got my grip. I can change to the side. I swing. Now the hardest part of this move is I want his face to hit the ground really hard right next to my bum. I want his face to hit the ground hard as I can right next to the bum. So if he rolls over, I sit up and I've got the triangle. If it doesn't roll over, I'm going to go to an invert swing. So the part that I want this to work is the first part, which is the pendulum of my leg. So you can stand up inside our guard, we've got this contracting back steps. So the hardest part for this is I swing, I'm going to put my hand and I swing to here. So like I'm trying to get this as close to my head as possible. What I'm doing is, if I use my leg as an extension, it doesn't work. So I'm putting my heel hands off. So as far as the transition goes, it's nice and easy transition to the wrist locks, triangle, or the arm bar. Some of you guys are going to roll the other way and end up side by side. I'll deal with that in a second. Okay. So the hardest part on the omoplata, I'll go Michael so you can see. On this one here, so he's already standing up inside my guard. Back steps. Okay. Control, I like switch it. Okay, so I go to I swing my leg. So I swing and I raise my hips. Take my heel to my bottom. So I said, some people face paint, some people roll. The hardest part on this thing for me is that he's generally going to try and turn towards me to get his elbows to the ground. So what I do is I'm going to race him, I'm going to put my knee on the ground instead here. He's going to sit up. I'll do that later. Get the first part. 1, 2, 3. Triangle, arm bar, and the omoplata. The omoplata is the lowest percentage finishing submission in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The actual omoplata itself is the lowest percentage finishing submission in BJJ. It's one of the highest submissions that's used as that transition. So, inside my guard, first start, stands up, okay, so from here, back steps before I get it, hand goes under, good, everybody's here. Is everyone here? Okay. So think both ways. The more that I hold my head, the less chance it has of stepping out of the roll. The also less chance I've got putting the knee onto my stomach. So what I'm doing, even though it does that, my heel goes to my bottom. What I'm doing, I'm going to roll away from my partner. So my heel goes to my bottom, I lift my leg straight, and I roll. Spin. Your man's pretty heavy on their stuff, they can sit up. So we're trying to get, so omoplata, everyone's here. So last time we were kicking, making their face go in. What I'm doing this time is I hold my head, I kick, and I extend. So I'm a cylinder, so he has to roll. Does that make sense? Post, pull down, come up. So first submission is I push the outside of my calf, straight down bar. He holds his hands together, stop it, I drive under, I re-roll, and I catch the omoplata. If my partner from here tries to roll his hand the other way, I do with it, step over, and when you get the flow, this is an awesome submission series. So this time, we're doing omoplata, we're rolling away from our partner. Hold your head, kick it straight, and we're rolling away. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. When I first started teaching this, I didn't understand that I'm reacting to what my partner does. So I was going to kick down straight, go high, slip, or low. And they're the 3 submissions that I have depending on what they do. So I can't force this submission that isn't there. So I've kind of got to roll away from my partner to do something, and I react to what they're doing. I don't try and force it. So I'm seeing some guys trying to force a second roll. If they lock their hands up together, sometimes it's really hard to force a second roll. So I'm stuck here. So I'm standing and I've got the roll. Okay, so here, cut my head, omoplata, kick my feet, make it work easy. I elongate my feet, turn to the side from here. So as a general rule, this is where I start to feel. If I feel him cup his hands together, I'll come up. Push the hands out together, I'll be sitting heavy. I can't get access to the arms or the elbows because it's pulled in. So I duck under, and as I roll from here, I come up. To make it work is I bring my leg out, right there, I sit up and finish. If I come to here, and my partner goes, I'm in trouble, I'll extend my arm to get under, I'll go baby armbar. If my partner takes his hands high, I'll speed his elbows here, and that'll give me the armbar. So, he'll either go pump, slide, or escape. I need to react to what he does. Okay, change partners, 1, 2, 3. Does that make a bit more sense?